What's going on? Hey. So, what's up, good people? How's everybody doing? So, I came on here today, and I know y'all like, oh my gosh, she fancy today, huh? Fancy. And let me start by saying, I am not on here like this to condemn you. I'm on here like this to release you. Because what I realized this morning while I was getting dressed and putting my makeup on, I realized that this can be used for several different reasons. Okay. Now, up until this point, me telling everyone that I was a doctor, that I have my doctorate, that I spent the last 14 years doing homework, probably wasn't believable, right? A lot of people probably didn't believe it. But when I show up like this, it becomes believable. Why is that? Why is it that when we show that we've spent money on something that people believe that we're qualified? Why is it that when we come with expensive makeup on and, somewhat fancy attire, that all of a sudden we're qualified? I could be a bum on the street. I could be somebody who borrowed this outfit from a friend. I could be somebody who is broke, which I am, because the way my account is set up, that's been determined to be a fact. However, I am a woman with a doctorate. I am a woman with a wealth of knowledge and understanding. I am a God-fearing woman. However, this has nothing to do with that. And I think that a lot of us get deceived by this. And I'm not coming on here to deceive you. Again, I'm coming on here to release you, right? To release us, right? To show us that how we show up matters, but it matters more so internally as opposed to externally. Because the external is to reach. The internal is what we use to teach, right? But again, this is what gets people. And again, I love, dressing up. Today was dress up day. I was like, you know what? I'm tired of looking like a little boy. I'm finna, go shake it up, shake it down, so I can, prove to myself that I can still, I'm still her, well, I'm becoming her, a better version of her, but I'm still her. I can still show up. I still understand the assignment. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of us get deceived by this. A lot of us get, caught up in friendships, relationships, even jobs. We get caught up in this. And this can only last for so long, right? Because you got to wash this off. You leave it on your face too long, you're going to break out or whatever the case may be. But like I said, I came on one to test out my mic because I'm getting ready to start doing audio video podcasting. And then two, to hopefully reach some people. And I encourage you all to do what the Bible says is try the spirit by the spirit. Some people say check the vibe, whatever you want to call it. Don't let this deceive you. Don't let this come in between you and knowing who's in front of you, right? Because like I said, this washes off. This outfit is from Amazon, okay? $30. Very pretty. This hat is from H&M though. Is it H&M? No, Forever 21. My hat's from Forever 21. These nails are from CVS Pharmacy. Again, like I said, deception. Most people probably thought I went to the nail shop. CVS Pharmacy. My hair. But like I said, we get caught up in this. And my question to you is, before you saw me like this, was I qualified? Was I qualified as a certified life coach? Was I qualified to be a doctor? Even though I got the certificate, up until I showed up like this, was it believable? Did you believe it? Did you believe that I went to school for 14 years, did a dissertation, and that I could be Googled and that you can use my knowledge and understanding? Did you believe that? And if you did, praise God. But if you didn't, why didn't you? Again, is it because I didn't show up looking like this? Is it because I didn't, get dressed up and present myself as what appears to be a qualified individual? And I'm saying that because the one thing that Satan did in the beginning with Eve was he took her eyes off of the spirit and put it onto the flesh. And again, I'm not condemning anybody. Clearly I wear makeup. I own it. Clearly I like to dress up. These are my clothes. But I feel like we lean on this too much. We lean on this too much, and then we get caught up in relationships and get, again, like friendships. And then it's this that is like, well, they're a good person. Well, they're nice. Well, they have favor with God. Having a couple of dollars don't mean you got favor. Okay? Having nice makeup, it don't mean you got favor. What's on the inside is what determines if you have favor or not. And a lot of people will never see that. Some will, some won't. Some won't acknowledge it. They may see it, but not acknowledge it. But at the end of the day, it's for us to, one, hold on to our own integrity, like a sister told me. And then two, don't let this keep us from getting to know who's in front of us. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, especially us as women, we see a man, he fine. Baby, we be ignoring a lot of things about that man, okay? And end up in year-long relationships with men who had red flags. But again, he's so fine. Oh, look at his beard. Oh, he's so fine. And then we realize we done got in bed with a neighbor. Again, the outward appearance. And fellas, again, that big booty, that BBL that she went to Mexico to get, nice hair, makeup, all that good stuff. But again, did you check out that inward person? Did you really get to know them? Then when that real person came out, did you get mad at them? Because deception only works if you believe it. Deception only works if you choose to believe it. Somebody could lie to you all day long. But if you pray on that thing and ask the Lord for the truth of the matter, he'll give it to you. He'll give it to you. But again, sometimes we're not honest with ourselves about how we actually don't mind being deceived. Because then we can use that as an excuse for why we allow certain things to happen. I was deceived. Okay, you was deceived. But are you going to continue to purposely participate in deception? Or are you going to use the knowledge and understanding that you've been given to come out of that? Things that make you go, right? Or do you really want to know the truth? Because then once you know the truth, you're held accountable for that, right? So then now we're going back to that thing I was talking about with the fear. A lot of us choose not to come out of deception because once we're held accountable for the truth, we have to act on that. We have to act on that. What if you find out your best friend ain't really your friend? But that's the only friend you got. That's the only friend you trust. But again, if she's not or he's not a good friend, then what are you really doing? Like I heard a brother on TikTok was talking about the Lord will be trying to remove people from our lives and we'll keep grabbing them and holding on to them. And then they hurt us and then we feel away because we knew all along we were being deceived. But again, sometimes an outward appearance isn't just how that person looks. It could be what they do for you. It could be, taking you out, taking you shopping, and again, I'm not saying that doing those things is deceptive. Excuse me. I'm not saying that doing those things means that that person doesn't have good intentions, but does their words match their behavior? Are they condemning you out their mouth, but praising you with their body? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll buy you some stuff. Yeah, I'll take you out, but I'm going to talk to you like you crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to shoot little shots at you, little darts at you. But I took you out yesterday. But I paid your light bill when you couldn't pay it. And this could go for same-sex relationships. When I say same-sex, I mean like, friendships or, romantic relationships. It can go for both, where they condemn you with their mouth, but with their body, they tearing it up, right? They taking you places, they doing things for you. But it's the outward. It's the inward man that we ignore, and that's the one that we really need to be focusing on, because that's the one that's either going to hurt you or help you. That's going to encourage you or destroy you. That's going to steal from you or provide charity to you. It's the heart and the mind, not this body and not this mouth. But we ignore those parts. We ignore those parts, and those parts are very important. Very important. But again, I'm just a teacher trying to have conversation. And your homework is really ask yourself, when you interacting with people out here in these streets, when you see people like a homeless person, is them being homeless meaning they don't have knowledge and understanding? Maybe they could have just fell on hard times. Maybe their whole house burned down and they lost their job simultaneously, but yet they could have been a very fluent professional out here. Sometimes the Lord has to humble a person in ways we would never understand to get them to come back to him. But then we crucify them even further by deeming them unworthy because they don't look like this. Because they're in the midst of their storm with the Lord, and the Lord is really putting them in our path for us to give them comfort and really show him that he's still alive. But what do? Don't touch me. Don't look at me. You dirty. This. Or even when we was in school, the girl that smelled like, somebody that smelled like pee or wasn't dressed well or clothes was raggedy. Instead of us having a mournful heart because maybe her mom fell on hard times, maybe her dad fell on hard times, who knows? We bully them because they broke, or it appears that they broke. But the Lord said the meek and the humble shall inherit the earth. But yet, what do we do to these people? We look down on them. They're beneath us. I'm just saying, some of us need to check these right here, because this is causing this to not work right. We don't try the spirit by the spirit. We don't seek the Lord's understanding and how he sees people as opposed to how we see people. We just be out here judging based on what the world said is favorable and what's not. And we need to work on that. So like I said, your homework. Check your eyeballs. Check your mindset. Before you judge somebody or before you embrace somebody or push them away, figure out how the Lord see them before you cast judgment based on what you see. Because like I said, before today, for some of you, I wasn't qualified because I didn't look like this. And today I ain't going to say today going to be the only day I get on like this, looking like this. But it ain't going to be many. Today I just felt like, again, maybe the Lord could have had me get dressed up just so we can have this conversation. Who knows? But I got tired of it. And today's writing day. I'm writing book 5. So I wanted to be inspired. Little jazzy wazzy. But y'all have a blessed day. And don't forget your homework in case you missed it. Check your eyeballs. Check yourself. And check your circle. Because Judas walked with the Lord for a long time. And right before he died, and the Lord knew he was a part of the testimony being fulfilled. He still let him sit at the table and eat. So I'm not saying charge these people off, but definitely check your circle. Check your circle, check yourself, and check in with God about all of them, yourself and your circle. I love y'all. Be great. Be you in everything you do. Stay true to you. And stay close to the Lord.